thefts in Santa Clara County on VTA, and how often does it happen? We'll have the answers coming up.
I'm Carson Wells. Coming up, I'll take you to one Santa Clara County pool that's closed for the foreseeable future and fill you in on how it's impacting the local swim community.
And an increase in prices for Girl Scout cookies. How much will you have to pay? We'll tell you how much.
From the School of Journalism and Mass Communications at San Jose State University, your source for what's happening with a fresh perspective on today's issues. You're watching Update News.
Welcome to Update News. I'm Madison Wilbur.
And I'm Carson Wells. Some voters may experience deja vu this presidential election. Bethany Gadway has the story.
It's official. Trump and Biden are the two candidates we will be seeing on the 2024 presidential ballot. It's the second election in a row they are the two finalists competing for the presidency. For second-time voters, the repetition is quickly getting old.
It just feels frustrating, honestly, to be stuck in the same situation. It was frustrating back then because I felt like it was two really bad options, and it's disappointing that there weren't more candidates that make me feel confident.
Second-time voters say they weren't satisfied with either of the candidates' presidential terms and are hoping for significant improvements in the next 4 years, as well as future candidates.
In the next presidential term, I want to see environmental change. I want to see less economic moves that also hurt the environment, such as like oil drilling and fracking. And
I would hope to see a president or a candidate who's younger too, just because they're both very old.
There are those who are upset about Trump's eligibility to run for president again and what that means for the future.
Personally, I just find it really insulting and ridiculous that he is able to run again.
To register to vote, go to californiavoterregistration.gov. Remember, you have up until 15 days to do so before Election Day on November 5th. For Update News, I'm Bethany Gadway.
In 2023, 405 people died from an overdose in Santa Clara County. That's of the 11,716 overdose deaths in California.
Do you know what to do in case of an overdose? Can you identify life-saving medicine like Narcan? Reporter Jenny Liam Brown posed that question to some of the Spartan community in this week's State of the Spartans.
So what is this and when would you use it?
When do I start? Narcan. If one of my buddies is ODing, gets a little too much fent, you pop this in his nose, you pump it.
I actually don't know the name for this specifically, but I know you use this in case there is a drug overdose and you need to help somebody out who may not be breathing, maybe clammy.
Oh, this is Narcan. Put it in their nose, click a button.
Cool, this is Narcan, question mark. Yeah, you administer it when someone's having an overdose, and I learned how to use it online, actually.
I know what it is, but I wouldn't know how to apply it.
Narcan, right? So in case someone overdoses, I don't know how to use it exactly, but there's instructions here.
Oh, is this Narcan? Yeah, I do know what this is.
Is it for... It's like for the glue? Cap for the glue?
Is it like Narcan or something like that? Yeah. I saw like this poster like somewhere.
Dorm students in CVB smelled smoke in the south tower of the CVB building. This is the planter where residents of CVB found the fire. Around 9 o'clock last night, they called it in. The fire department and university police responded. The fire was put out, but it is still unknown what the cause of it was. University police declined to make a statement.
The VTA has been subject to a series of thefts in and around Santa Clara County. I went out to do a little more investigating.
VTA has had over 20 copper wire thefts occur since January, resulting in over $500,000 in damages. The thieves are cutting the wires to sell, but not without leaving safety issues. The Santa Clara County Sheriff's Department released a statement stating these crimes not only interrupt VTA operations, but also pose a serious safety hazard. In several cases, the theft of copper wire has been cut close to the signal tracks, disabling warning lights and gates. The news has some riders shaken and questioning whether or not they will continue to use the services.
It makes me not want to go on that because, it's really unsafe. Trains could collide.
The VTA and the Sheriff's Department are asking the community for help. They're encouraging users, if they see anything suspicious, to report it immediately. You can call or you can report using the VTA app. With so many thefts occurring, the question posed is, why doesn't the VTA hide these cables?
Those cables need to be visible for inspection, because we need to walk, through those tracks all the time, every certain amount of hours, to make sure that everything is on its place.
The VTA said that 20 feet of wire is said to weigh more than 100 pounds. So if you see 2 or more people carrying what looks to be like a hose, do not hesitate to report it.
A swim center known for its swim excellence has closed its gates. I went to Santa Clara to check it out and check in with the teams that previously practiced there.
This is the George F. Haynes International Swim Center in Santa Clara. The 60-year-old pool was a hub for the Bay Area swimming community, but now its gates are closed.
It was sad for us, but not unexpected. It was old.
Perkins' daughter has been swimming at the International Swim Center since she was 6 months old. Now she's swimming at the competitive level, even making it to sectionals.
Santa Clara is known for its aquatics excellence, and it's really unfortunate that the pools and area are in such bad shape.
Public notices like these and chains can be seen all around the Santa Clara International Swim Center. The swimmers that previously practiced here are now displaced and forced to practice elsewhere. Coach Zachers says figuring out where all his different teams are going to practice is like a game of Tetris. When we spoke, it was at a middle school in Sunnyvale. The International Swim Center housed a tight-knit community. Even athletes that have graduated and moved on still consider the swim center home.
I'm still friends with my teammates that I grew up with at that pool, and I don't know, just every time I go there, even when I come back to help coach younger athletes and stuff, I just always have fond memories of just growing up and learning how to do the sport I love there. And
23 world records have been set at the International Swim Center. Other accolades include 80 Olympians and 51 medals won at Olympic Games. Medals aren't the only thing that can be gained from swimming, though.
My journey through swimming, the reason I became a coach is because through competitive swimming growing up, I learned so much about myself, and it taught me to be resilient. It taught me how to set goals. We want to give that to these kids.
In a recent meeting, the Santa Clara City Council learned that the pool will not reopen for at least 6 months. They say it may take even longer.
Girl Scout cookie season is long awaited every year. So much so that even a price increase can't stop the cookie craze. Reporter Iber Moreno brings us more details on how much you can expect to pay for those sweet treats.
Recently, Girl Scout cookies have had a big increase in their price. $5 a box is a thing of the past. Now you have to pay $6 a box.
The $6 a box has been consistent for us, and it's been higher than other parts of the country for a while, I think because we have a further distance to ship the cookies from the bakeries themselves.
I didn't really even know. I haven't bought Girl Scout cookies in a while, but it kind of sucks, to be honest, especially as a college student, not really having that much money.
The cost of the cookie baker will increase 10% from 2023 to 2024, which will maintain the $6 cost of Girl Scout cookies.
I think that they're pretty high, but considering inflation, I think they match the market. But I think long term, I don't think people are going to pay the $6 a box price.
The price isn't the only thing to increase for the cookie seller. Girl Scout cookie season has been extended through March 24th. What is your favorite cookie flavor? Let us know at our socials at SJSU Update News. In San Jose, Iber Moreno, Update News.
When we come back.
Looking for a way to dress professionally without paying? The San Jose State Career Center has a program that can make that happen. That story is just ahead.
And cooking is supposed to be an important skill for college kids to learn, but many college kids struggle with it. We'll tell you why.
I told you to put away those raincoats, but you might have to pull them back out when we come back on your 7-day forecast.
They say first impressions are everything. Jocelyn Escobar tells us about a program on campus that helps students dress to impress for free.
Professional clothing is a must-have for all college students looking for a job or internship.
Here at San Jose State, there's a program that provides students with professional clothing at no cost.
We just came up with a general idea to figure out a way to provide some professional clothing for students who didn't have the financial means to get their own.
Students tend to have a lot of expenses, rent, food, and tuition. Over the past 7 years, the program has boomed.
I think it's extremely beneficial. When we first started in 2017, we serviced about 50 to 80 students a semester. We've since grown to about 700 to 800 a semester.
Yearly, a student working full-time will make an average of $34,000 a year. The living wage in San Jose is about $63,000 a year. Students share why they find this program great.
Career Closet is a really great resource for students because as college students, a lot of us don't have too much access to a lot of extra spending money.
I've greatly benefited from the Career Closet because I realize how expensive professional clothing is, especially a full outfit.
The Career Center is here to help students feel and look their best for any special occasion. At San Jose State University, Jocelyn Escobar, Update News.
One student meal option on campus is extending their hours and offering special packages for students who are participating in Ramadan. Unity Zibi is on campus with more.
Ramadan is the 9th month of the Islamic calendar, observed by Muslims worldwide, as a month of fasting, prayer, and community. I went to the Halal Shack in the Student Union to learn more about how they are offering meals for students participating.
Students who fast for Ramadan often struggle to find food on campus during the time they can break their fast. The Halal Shack is extending hours and offering food that meets the criteria.
Last year, we actually did have, we did extend our hours, and we also did have the sahur packs as well last year. So this year, we got a little bit ahead. We started adding more ingredients. That way we can have a more full package for our students.
The sahur packs include water, milk, dates, bagels, sun butter, and yogurt.
I feel pretty great about the Halal Shack initiative, actually. I feel like it's a great initiative for the students.
Students that are participating in Ramadan are very excited about the initiative the Halal Shack has taken.
I think it's very beneficial to people that are participating in Ramadan, knowing that we have to wait till a certain time to eat. And now we have another spot on campus that will accommodate our request. But overall, I think it's a great positive impact.
After receiving multiple requests from students, the Halal Shack started their Ramadan special, and they plan on continuing with it going forward. In San Jose, I'm Unati Zibi with Update News.
For those looking for a new place on campus to get some premium coffee and a place to chill, a new coffee shop will be opening its doors on the San Jose State campus. Reporter Adrian Peretta has more details on when you can go check it out.
Located on the first floor inside of the Martin Luther King Library, Nirvana Soul Coffee will be hosting its grand opening next week and encourages students to stop by and join in on the fun.
You should expect liveliness, vibrancy, lots of music, lots of smiles, lots of laughter, a little bit of lines, lots of talking, just fun vibes overall.
As I got a chance to walk through the newest location of Nirvana Soul, I got a chance to hear directly from a staff member on what to expect about the new menu.
There's a wide range of options and menu items, so people can come in and try different things. Even they come in like for 1 month straight, I can say for sure that they haven't tried every drink. So even they get a new drink each day, it's not going to be enough for them to cover every drink in 1 month.
And got insight on how the person who helped co-found Nirvana Soul feels about embarking on this journey with San Jose State.
Really looking forward to reaching more people from San Jose State and beyond. Like, we have a shop downtown. We actually have 2 shops downtown already, but they are still bringing in different crowds, different audiences, and I think we built a business that is for everybody. So I'm really excited that we'll be able to have more people come in to experience what we've built.
The grand opening is this March 25th. With Update News, I'm Adrian Preda.
Cooking is a basic skill most people use to sustain themselves, but are college students lacking in the kitchen? Reporter Alexis Marquez looks into that question.
Resources like DoorDash, fast food, frozen and microwavable meals are convenient and available. That's one of the reasons why people are finding more and more that college students don't know how to cook. With needing such a basic skill to live, many people ask, how does this happen? Turns out there are many factors to this problem.
Younger people are coming in less prepared to take care of themselves, so they're not building those life skills. they're not getting it at school, they're not getting it at home because families are cooking less.
Kubota is one of the people on campus helping students get comfortable in the kitchen. She teaches a course designed to help students learn recipes and feel more comfortable picking things out from the store.
I think even grocery shopping, I think, is a barrier and something that a lot of people just don't know how to do. Like even grown adults don't know how to do.
Other students simply feel that they don't have time to learn. Some students simply don't know where to start.
In the beginning of my second year, it was hard. I was constantly calling my mom to know how to make certain meals or certain things, or looking a lot of YouTube videos, stressing out.
Luckily, there are many resources like Chew, Whisk Cooks, and a basic life skills class available to students to help guide their cooking journey. Be sure to take advantage of the opportunities at your fingertips to help grow and refine your skills. In San Jose, I'm Alexis Marquez, Update News.
The Future Chefs National Challenge has taken place for over a decade and is meant to cultivate valuable cooking skills as well as competitive spirit. Taking place at Gunderson High School in San Jose, this year's competition certainly lived up to the hype. Reporter Richie Zajic has more.
The event began with each young chef being paired up with an adult helper, and then the competition started. The kids got to choose the recipe they went with, and student Emily Wong cooked up avocado and pea brownies. As for the parents watching, they believe this is a valuable experience for their children. Jason Wong gave his 2 cents on the matter.
I think it gives them a chance to do something outside of the kitchen, to see all the other students work together, work with 2 adult helpers who they've never worked with. So that's really a neat way for them to learn, to figure out how to ask for help, how to ask to say, I have enough help, I can work on this on my own.
As for the overall winner of the competition, last year's champion Cruz Skinner took home the top spot for the 2nd year in a row.
We have a back-to-back winner, first place, Cruz Skinner.
It feels really good to have people appreciate my cooking skills because I've been practicing it since before I can remember. I was 3 when I started cooking with a knife in the kitchen. So I've been working really hard.
Another successful Future Chefs National Challenge is in the books, and now Skinner's Orquette with pistachio pesto will be moving on to regionals. In San Jose, I'm Richie Zajic, Update News.
As the saying goes, spring forward, fall backward. Twice a year, most of the United States switches their clocks. This month, we moved our clocks forward an hour. But why are we still doing it, and what is in the future of daylight savings time? Reporter Vincent Rapena has answers.
On March 10th, Californians joined most other states and switched their clocks. They lost an hour of sleep due to the change from standard time to daylight saving time. In 2018, California voters passed Proposition 7, which gives California legislation the ability to propose a change or abolition of daylight saving time. 5 years later, Californians are still changing their clocks twice a year.
I think that's one of the reasons why I voted for the states to have the power to do it, to allow them to see whether or not if it was worth it for their state to keep it around.
It is a common misconception that daylight saving time was implemented in California to give farmers an extra hour of daylight. Those who have worked in the agricultural field do not see that benefit.
From experience, I've learned that daylight savings is not as beneficial as a lot of people would say it is, just because for the fact that you're losing an hour of daylight, so you're not allowed to get as much stuff done as you normally can.
College students are also not in favor of keeping daylight saving time around.
I don't support daylight savings time at all because I think that extra hour could be spent toward more useful things like sleep or studying, and especially when it's in the middle, like midterm season.
A change in daylight savings time may be coming soon. Earlier this year, a bill was introduced to California state legislature that would establish standard time year-round. What do you think of daylight saving time? Let us know on our social media platforms at SJSU Update News. In San Jose, I'm Vincent Rapena, Update News.
Spring has sprung. Let's check in with Alejandra Vaca to see if the spring weather's going to stick with us this weekend.
Hi, this is Alejandra Vaca with your 7-day forecast. Happy spring. So this is what you can expect for the next 5 days. We had a few days of sunshine, beautiful weather to start off the season. However, this is not the weather that is going to hold off into the weekend. We have some rain chances returning. And then some clouds may be drifting around the Bay Area, so you may see that a wave of cold weather and some scattered showers on Saturday. So on and off, Saturday evening showers, possible about 45% chance. And note the color coding indicating colder air aloft to support snow melt. So elevations above 5,000 feet in the Sierra could see about more than a foot of snow. So here is a look at the changes for your 7-day forecast. So for Santa Cruz, we will have cooler trend coming back over the weekend. So Friday is probably the only warmer temperature, and then some possible rain chances into the weekend. In Oakland, it's a similar trend. It's going to start raining into the weekend and into the next weekend. And in San Francisco, won't see much of a change, but you will see higher winds and possible rain chances for the week and into the weekend. And here in San Jose is going to see the biggest drop in temperatures from 70s to 60s into the weekend. And that is it for your 7-day forecast. Back to the desk.
When we come back.
Students are burned out about midterms. What can they do to relieve the stress? That story just ahead.
Plus, March Madness and how that affects productivity. Stay tuned to find out.
And how did the San Jose State men's basketball team do in the Mountain West Conference tournament? That and more coming up in sports.
Many working college students are experiencing burnout, especially this midterm season. Reporter Alyssa Phillips has the story.
Many college students are burning the wick at both ends by working on top of their full-time education. This can become a recipe for burnout.
I experience burnout mainly because my homework does take up a lot of my time outside of school. So usually when I'm working, I have to allot the time after work and have enough energy to do my homework.
A lot of students also add commuting to their long list of things to manage.
Burnout it happens a lot due to time management. You know, working part-time and also doing school full-time is risky, especially with the commute going to Fremont for work.
It is important to remember that taking time for yourself and taking care of your physical well-being can help alleviate and prevent burnout. One way experts say to reduce feeling burnt out is by going outside.
That it's probably a combination of balancing your life to the point where you can get maybe some serious exercise, get outside when you can, resetting the balance in your life by getting outside.
Burnout can get to you if you don't allow yourself to rest and recuperate from school and from work. In San Jose, I'm Alyssa Phillips, Update News.
Every year, millions around the world are centered on college basketball and the spectacle that is March Madness. But this focus can take away from everyday work. Reporter Andrew Hartley finds how a tournament without SJSU still affects its community.
Today marks the first day of the 64-team tournament that is March Madness. It captivates the hearts of millions around the world, certainly college students.
We think about the sports side of everything, and there's a lot of fanaticism around it. I think we have to prioritize what we're what we give importance to.
Many of these students will be watching the games in class, with the first games tipping off at 10 a.m. today and not ending until 9 p.m. It's estimated by Inside Hook that workers spend just over 25 minutes a day on March Madness-related activities, whether it be watching the games, filling out brackets, or just conversing with coworkers.
Yeah, I mean, it's easy to tell when somebody's looking at something else.
It also results in a loss of productivity. In numerical terms, a $17 billion loss to businesses during just this 2-week stretch. And with classrooms as their business, teachers have a way of knowing what's going on. But as Kirk mentions, it's up to the students to engage during a busy time of the school year. Midterms.
For those, those get up high at stake because it does take a lot of time and consistency.
I feel like my job isn't really to police people as much as just to give them the opportunity to engage in class.
The tournament lasts until April 8th, when the championship is played in Glendale, Arizona. With midterms right around the corner, it's imperative for students to keep their tournament viewing to a limit. In San Jose, Andrew Hartley, Update News.
Here's what's going on within the world of SJSU athletics. Reporter Kyle Tran has the story.
Last week, the men's basketball team concluded their season in Las Vegas, Nevada, in the Mountain West Tournament. In a contest against the 7th-seeded Colorado State Rams, the Spartans held their own until the end, losing 72-62. The gymnastics team hit the road, traveling up to Berkeley at Haas Pavilion in a tri-meet against UC Davis and number 2 ranked California. They scored the second-best team score in program history with a 196.650. the team will look to travel to Logan, Utah in the inaugural Mountain West Championship. At Excite Ballpark, the Spartans hosted their Central Valley rivals, the Fresno State Bulldogs, over the weekend. In a series of 3, the Spartans fell 2-1. The Spartans head to Santa Clara in their second matchup against the Broncos and continue their Mountain West matchups on the road against New Mexico. Continuing their hot start to the season, the Lady Spartans traveled to Boise State, where they fell 2-4. The team was able to bounce back against Nevada, winning in a clean 4-0 slate. The tennis team has a 3-game homestand this week against Hawaii, New Mexico, and Air Force. That's it for sports this week. I'm Kyle Tran with Update News.
It's the first weekend of spring, but what are you going to do?
Still not sure? I have some ideas in my calendar for you.
Here's what's coming up this week. Happening this weekend, the SJSU Department of Film and Theater presents Yoga Play. It runs all weekend, and it's in the Hugulus Hall Haltod Theater. Tickets can be bought online. On Saturday, March 23rd, check out the Honors Orchestra. It's happening in the Music Building Concert Hall at 5 p.m. Also on March 23rd, go to the pop-up SJ Vintage Market. It's happening from 10 to 4 at the Garden at the Flea on Berryessa Road. Admission's free, but parking is $10. That's all for this week. Back to you.
And that does it for this week's edition of Update News.
For all of us here, thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next week. Be sure to add us on our social media at SJSU Update News.